So whether you've bought XRP recently or taken a position, or whether you've been holding for years like I have and made tremendous mistakes, it doesn't matter how high XRP is about to go if you haven't got your money story sorted. If you're still operating from a default money program that you've been conditioned with since the ages of basically single digits, 7 and onwards, if XRP goes to 10, I think some other popular price targets are 19, 27, people are even talking about 40, 50, even $100 XRP. It doesn't matter if your money story is sitting there ready to sabotage the amount of wealth that comes into your life. So here's some hard truths. Unless you have been raised in a well-to-do family that is aligned with the controllers and has been taught the blueprint for attracting and keeping money, you are going to be operating from a program like I was, like most of us are, that basically exhibits the following qualities. The first one is that you're going to struggle with money, or you may have already had most of your life being a struggle with money. Maybe sometimes you do well and it comes in, but then you can't keep it, or something happens and you're back down again, and you're just oscillating through some abundance and then back down to the pits, some abundance, back down to the pits. Another one is the view of money being limited. We've been taught that there are government budgets and that the Federal Reserve isn't going to release more money, and there's finite amounts and there's not enough, and all of this absolute BS and garbage. There is plenty of money to go around, and the secret is the controllers actually want to put a substantial amount of money out into the economy now and over the ensuing months. It is April 2025 if you're watching this at a later stage, and this is going to result in all kinds of opportunities. But the thing is, this may be one of the last opportunities before, let's say, some pretty awful things start happening globally. But I don't want to be some sort of pessimist. For the time being, there are opportunities to get on the right side of this. And lastly, you have probably viewed other people that have large amounts of money or that have material wealth, you've probably viewed them with skepticism. Who have they screwed over? What have they done that is not in alignment with universal law? You might have said, oh yeah, they've got all those assets and they've got all that money, but they're probably not happy. All of this garbage that we tell ourselves because people are out there living their best life, having nice things, and for some reason that's not okay. It's all to do with the programming that you've been put through. It's not you personally, and it's not your fault, but you need to take responsibility to unlearn and reinstall new programs. I'm going to touch on 3 ways that you can do this right now. So here are 3 no BS questions that you can ask yourself to see if you're ready for the wealth that's about to arrive. The first question is, if I make a large amount of money, am I okay to make a large donation to my state or federal tax office? If you have even the slightest aversion to paying tax on the gains that you're about to make, sabotage is going to come in at some stage. You are not going to sell at the levels that are going to make this worthwhile and profitable for you. To reinstall a new program, look forward to writing that check, doing that transfer, or even just popping into your tax office if that's possible, and making this lovely large payment to them, because the amount of money that you're going to have for yourself is going to be far greater and far larger. Don't worry about the amount of tax that you're going to be paying this year or next year. Just pay it and make more money. The second question to ask yourself to see if you're ready for this wealth is, if I make a large amount of money, what is the best use for this money? Now, when we get large amounts of money, we think about giving away that money, and that's lovely, but that's to do with the programming as well. The idea here with this particular, what's being called a wealth transfer, even though it's not really a wealth transfer, it's just a wealth proliferation, is to fill your cup up and do the things that you need to do and build your own castle first. Then at a later stage, yes, you can help some friends, some family, some charities, etc. But please look after yourself first. And obviously, point number one with the tax man. You don't want to piss him off. And finally, the third question to ask yourself is, if I make a large amount of money, won't people judge me? People may indeed judge you, and you may experience changes in your friendship groups. In fact, your whole life may level up to heights that you have never known before. If you're afraid of this, if this scares you, you need to sit with this and work through it. Ask yourself why you're afraid. Why does it matter if people do judge you? Why does it matter if you up level and suddenly your whole social circle changes? And may I just say, it will probably change for the better. You're going to have to do the inner work. You're going to have to put in the time. So final remarks here. You probably don't have a lot of time to be doing this inner work if you haven't started it already. If you've already been working on your money story, on your money programming, great, excellent. You're probably ready for what's about to happen. But if you haven't, you need to put in the work now. You only have a short period of time before all the fireworks are going to go off, and you're going to need to be ready to capitalize on the heights that these particular coins are going to reach. And it is nothing to be ashamed of. It is nothing to feel guilty about. It is a part of the process, and it's actually necessary for pretty much everybody to be a part of this so that they can lift up into the new, I guess, standard of living, or the new economy that they're trying to install. And just finally, be careful with attachment. Attachment in relationships, attachment to anything in life really doesn't often lead to good results. So if you're getting attached to a particular utility coin or something that you think is going to be in the new financial system, just be careful of that. I understand that there's government announcements. I understand that there's corporate announcements about certain institutions, buying up. Guys, we don't know. Okay, all these charts that are suggesting the money supply is going up and retail traders are not buying and whales are buying. Where do these charts come from? Who actually gets that information? Who's actually releasing that data? So just be really careful getting attached to all of the news that will come out that will basically suggest that things are going to go even higher than they will already be getting to. That's probably the time where you need to come inward and see if it's time to exit. I hope this video has been of help. Until I see you in the next one, keep well.